Alright, folks, if you don't know, you probably already know by now. This is Talking Telly. But today we're not going to be talking telly, we're going to be talking movie. One movie in particular, as you can tell by the title, which we just recently went to go see, and we highly advise you. Like, this is toxic level caution. This is like stage 4. You know, if you're gonna go see this movie, bring a change of clothes. You gotta get showered off immediately after seeing it. After wear mask, safety goggles, Howie lab coat. Get all of it. Because this movie, Black Adam, is fucking trash. It's dog. It is like highly underwhelming, but yet somehow slightly entertaining. I think that's the best way you can describe this movie straight off the bat, folks. Black Adam, highly underwhelming, but slightly entertaining. He is the Black Panther for Sigma males. I didn't want to say it, but I might as well.
Yeah.
He is the Black Panther for Sigma males. All he does is beat women around, kill kids, take names. That's all he does. But yeah, to cut the intro, to start talking about our first topic from the movie, folks. If you're watching right now, my honest opinion straight off the bat, I did not like this movie. And with that said, I think we can start talking about the first act.
Yeah,
Let's
just start off basic. The movie is, some movies it's sometimes hard to decipher what act you're in, what time is it even. But this movie, it's very clear act 1, act 2, act 3. And I personally enjoyed act 1 and 2. Up until act 3 where the movie took a nosedive and became god awful. No, act 1 wasn't great either. Act 2 is where it really shined. But let's hold our horses. So act 1, we get a mediocre flashback scene with Black Adam, which when I saw that, I instantly got reminded of Thor: Love and Thunder, and I thought,
yeah,
this is better. And that hurt me. That hurt me to think that this Black Adam Kondak little boy champion flashback scene is better than Gore the God Butcher's origin story. So that hurt me, but it's slow. It's very slow. You get introduced to some basic characters, and then Black Adam comes in, and he just beats the shit out of everyone, and it's fun, you know. He's like shooting lightning. He's punching people's faces in. I think when he first appears, I think it's a very badass entrance. He comes in, a guy comes up, and Black Adam grabs him by the neck, and he basically burns his skin off, and uses lightning.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
That's like a Mortal Kombat fatality. Like, that looked very cool. However, that didn't. I can't remember much of the first act, honestly. But it's basically Black Adam shows up. He fights a couple of people. He gets hit. How does he even get hit by the Eternium? What hits him? I don't remember. Remember, he gets shot and he gets wounded, but what hit him?
I can't remember.
Oh my god, I just realised, I guess a plot hole. Why didn't they just make guns out of that? And just shoot Black Adam?
No, you know, that's what I thought of for a while during the movie. No, I think it was the crown. I think they hit him with the crown or something.
They did not hit him with they didn't get hit by the crown.
I thought for a while, you know, his one weakness is Ethereum. Yeah, if they literally just made like a knife.
No, Eternium, not
if
Ethereum.
Shambad just decided, you know, maybe this is his one weakness.
It's Eternium, not Ethereum. Ethereum's the crypto.
No, I thought.
My God.
Shit.
Ethereum, the decentralized open source blockchain.
His one weakness is crypto. They're gone.
The blockchain has finally gone. Oh no.
Gets choked out by a blockchain.
Oh. No. RIP Ethereum.
That man can't handle the blockchain.
It dipped for the past 6 months. It lost like how much of its value? 50% of its value in the last 6 months.
Well, I lost 50% of my interest in superhero films, only accelerated by this movie.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
So basically, honestly, I don't have much to say about like Act One. It was fine. It was a serviceable like superhero Act One. Do you know what I mean? Introduce hero. Hero says some funny stuff. There's like the woman. There's the fat funny guy who is literally just a stereotype, and he literally plays the stereotype like well, which is I don't know. I'm kind of like I'm upset that there's a fat funny guy, but he was funny. So yeah,
He was the best part of the movie.
nah, definitely not the best. Nah,
He was the best part of the movie. God damn.
he had some bad jokes. He had some he had some stinkers. The
This
fun,
movie
the
in
funny,
general was a stinker.
Yeah,
What do you mean?
his funniest moment was when he had that crown on. That was pretty funny.
Oh, that was
That
so
was funny.
good.
There's a scene.
That was so good.
There's a scene where they get back to their apartment with the crown, which is a mythical artifact that can summon a demon that can fight and kill the world and can kill Black Adam. And they have this artifact, and they wake up at the house, and they're like, "Oh my god, where is it? Did someone take it?" And they look, and then the fat guy just has it on his head, and he's like, "Too much, no." And now it's pretty fun. But then
The best part about that scene though is we don't know as an audience. You don't know at the time. Is it because the flashbacks they insinuate that as soon as the king puts this crown on his head,
Yeah.
he turns into the demon king.
Yeah.
He turns into a bad guy.
Mm.
The fat guy is literally just wearing on his
Yeah,
head.
you don't know if he's
The
about
fat
to.
guy literally just has it on his head. He's like, what? What's wrong with this? Huh? Like,
It's like he could literally cause the apocalypse for all they know. And
but cause he's haha funny fat guy. It's kind of like
oh okay.
brushed aside.
And then basically there's like some sidekicks not important. Honestly, I don't have much to say about Act One because it ends with basically Hawkman and Doctor Fate being like, "Alright, we gotta stop this guy. He's causing a ruckus in conduct. He's killing some mercenaries. We gotta sort this out." And he basically gets Atom Smasher and Cyclone to
Bear in
beat
mind,
this.
folks. Who are these people?
Bear in mind, Atom Smasher.
I feel like we're not dogging on this movie enough.
You're right. Atom Smasher. Atom Smasher is not Atom. He's not the iconic scientist Atom, who's basically DC's Ant-Man, who can grow and shrink and use particles and fly. No. This is Atom Smasher. He just goes big, and he's a funny guy
He just
who
goes
eats
big,
chicken.
and yet again, like they use him as a joke. They literally use him as a funny. He's just like a forced funny. He's an NPC funny. Like the dude literally has no lines, and is yet to be like made out to be the funny guy. The dude, he literally does nothing. He does nothing.
He like
The only thing he's there for is to goof off. It's like,
he's the goof.
like, Hawkman says, "Me and you are gonna have a talk." 7 times. 7 times. They never had that talk.
Yeah. Cyclone, which they don't really talk about at all. Her powers are cool. She can control wind, and the way they showcase it is interesting. But
They literally have her. They have her flying. They have her flying in, the movie or whatever, and yet she still rocks up to Hawkman's gaff on a bike.
well,
On a bike.
and that's fine because all the superheroes always do that. You don't see Storm flying the whole time. That's not a problem. My problem is
Superman goes, changes, and then flies off. Why could she not just fly around?
Batman doesn't.
Batman drives around the Batmobile.
Well, he doesn't drive the. He drives around the Wayne-mobile and then the Batmobile. He doesn't. No, that's not a problem.
And literally flies around in the invisible jet all the time.
That's not a problem. My problem is she's a very shallow character that they made a love interest between her and Atom Smasher.
Which I didn't even see into fruition. I was like, this might happen. Ooh. Are we supposed to get excited by this? Are we supposed to like start rubbing our hands furiously together? Like Mr. Burns almost. Like, yeah.
Oh yeah, we're waiting for the HBO the HBO show Atom Smasher and Cyclone.
But like, we don't know who these characters are, folks. We literally like, I've
Yeah.
never heard of a Cyclone character before.
No.
Maybe she's like a really deep-rooted DC Comics, Easter egg. I've never heard of a Cyclone character,
No.
and it's not like a cool way to do it, like the Suicide Squad movie. The Suicide Squad movie has like a bunch of characters who most people won't know, but they make it funny. They make it funny. This movie tries to make like important characters out of them, which it just doesn't work because they're so one-dimensional. They're so like, we learn nothing from what happened. We don't care about these people. Good job, guys.
So, alright. So, Cyclone is the granddaughter of Red Tornado. The problem with that is Red Tornado.
Why don't they say this in the movie? Why don't they say this in the movie?
There's
Red Tornado is actually a cool character.
There's a couple of problems. Number one is that's a very niche part. Number two, Red Tornado is already very niche for the general audience. So why don't they just bring in Red Tornado? He's a cool character. Red Tornado is a cool guy that some people will know and some people won't. Why not just bring in Red Tornado, man?
Because they can't have the lovey-dovey NPC romance between.
Yeah, they could. They could
Red
they could bring Red Tornado and instead of fucking Atom Smasher, which is just like it's just shit hero.
You can't have a relationship.
Yeah, just bring in some
between Red Tornado and his granddaughter.
No, just bring in some other woman. Bring in like Stargirl or I don't know.
Literally, they could have made the cast cooler. Being real.
Like I think I'll commend him.
Hawkman is cool.
I'll commend the movie.
Dr. Fate was extremely cool.
I don't know. Like Dr. Fate was phenomenal. Dr. Fate was by far the best part of the movie. They made him perfectly, literally as they should be. I don't know how they managed to turn Hawkman, who I always hated, into a cool character. Hawkman was cool. You know, he maybe he was like dry and stale, and he repeated the same things, but he was still cool. But man,
he was still like.
He was a strong character, but not a good character, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, like he had a presence on the screen, which is a lot more than Atom Smasher or the goddamn Cyclone. They literally did nothing. They did nothing. They just helped out the people of Kondak in the third act, which I won't talk about right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, the first act. If we're gonna wrap it up before we jump back in the second one, I want to dog in it a little bit more. I'm sorry, I have to. I thought the flashback scenes were pretty fucking goofy.
They were just like generic, crappy flashback scenes. Like, it wasn't. There's nothing to write home about. It wasn't like terrible. Like good. That's the problem with this movie is that there's a lot of mid in it. It's not terrible like Love and Thunder. It's really not. And it's not Morbius that it's so bad it's funny. It's just.
No, it's just mid. That's literally the best way to describe it, actually. It's just mid.
Yeah.
Right. Going back into the second act. I thought the second act of the movie is probably where it shined.
Oh yeah, definitely. This is
like,
where
Black Adam, he's like, he got hit or whatever. Or did he get?
He like
get stabbed or something. Is that what happened to him? He got stabbed with the Enterium. I remember because he passed out.
Yeah, but how did he get it? What hit him?
Was it shrapnel? Was it something like that?
I can't
remember what happened, but I definitely remember him getting stabbed because he healed it up with like his laser hand.
It was the rocket. It was the rocket. It was the rocket. He caught a rocket with Eternium, so it's already a weapon with the thing that can hurt him. And then it wounded him. So why didn't they just use that on him more? If that can clearly hurt him.
Oh, what I don't understand is, so you remember the start of the second act. Start of the second act, they literally got my guy. He looks down at his waist, big huge gash in it.
Yeah.
The kid's like, my mom's not a doctor, whatever. Black Adam just gets up out of the bed and just uses laser hands.
He literally just tases it. Like what?
He literally uses laser hands to heal his hip. Like to heal his hip. Like, what? This was never brought back in. The dude literally has laser precision from his lightning bolts. They never brought that back in. He used
Yeah.
his lightning to heal himself. How?
I don't know.
How? Like, that makes no sense. And if it was the case that he literally had laser precision, why is he like goofing around with the big, huge, fancy, like big, huge, fancy lightning? He could literally just laser, bang, bang, bang. Bodies on the floor.
Yeah.
Nah,
So
he has
yeah.
that. He has that goof off.
So Act Two is basically all of Act Two is the Justice Society of America with with
Nah, it's just
Hawkman.
the Just Society, man. They can't do the Just Society of America anymore.
You know,
Just the Justice Society.
why can't they say of America? Is that like copyrighted by something else?
No, I literally don't think they're allowed to use Justice Society of America. That's why they kept on saying Justice Society.
Oh,
Yeah, so it's just the JS. It's not even the JSA.
that's weird. That's very
That's
weird.
another thing I hate about that movie. I hate the fact if they wanted to do JSA, that would have been cool.
Yeah,
But no, it was the Justice Society. The name sounds so stupid as well. Justice Society. JSA sounds
yeah, cool.
like it rolls off the tongue. It doesn't
Yeah.
roll. It rolls off the tongue, which is nice. Like the Justice League. That sounds nice.
Yeah.
The
Justice
JSA. It sounds
The
nice.
Justice Society. Oh god.
The Justice Society. Like you literally, like you said JSA there because we're so used to hearing
Yeah.
like the JSA.
I mean, Adam Smasher. So looking at the comics, Adam Smasher was part of the JSA.
Yeah, that's why I said he was a part of the JSA. But
And Cyclone. Yeah.
I don't know, like if they can't use like the Justice Society of America name, what is the point of using just the Justice Society?
Yeah.
It's like saying, oh, we can't use the Avengers name, so we'll call them.
Avenge.
Yeah, we'll call them Avenge.
We call them the Avengers.
It's like I'm gonna be gone for 30 seconds. Give me 30 seconds, and I'll be back. Continue talking about
Yeah,
Act 2. And
so- Act 2 was basically the Justice Society versus Black Adam. And personally, I enjoyed it just because it was just action. Like, it was interesting action. They used their scenes, they used like the environment very well. They just decimated conduct while doing it. But it was, the Justice Society wanted to apprehend Black Adam because they were convinced he's a murderer. And Black Adam murdering these mercenaries that rule over conduct, which is also a very ambiguous thing. A quote unquote ruler, it's just some random mercenaries take over conduct, it's weird. But they're fighting, and they're cool fights, it's back and forth for most of the time. Like, Hawkman is looking really cool, and then Arnold Smasher will his main thing that he did in the movie was he went big and he smushed Black Adam. That's the main thing he did in the whole movie. And then a couple of seconds later, Black Adam bursts out and knocks him out, like with ease. So even though they're kind of holding their own, Black Adam I'm fairly certain it ends with him just beating him up, with them getting back up, and then wanting to continue the fight. And then they're looking for the crown at the same time, which is can summon the demon. And basically, what else? There's a scene where there's a kid in the movie. We haven't talked about the kid yet. I don't really want to talk about the kid, but of course there's a kid because there's always that token kid that beats up the adults. And with a skateboard, he's evading these super high-tech military guys with this technology and these laser bikes and these flying bikes, and he's evading them using a skateboard. And oh god, it was bad. So yeah, even talking about this movie is a struggle. I didn't mind watching it, but after I watched it, I never want to see Black Adam. Not ever again, but I don't want to see it for at least a year or 2, or 3, or 4. Because I'm mentally drained thinking about this movie. Because the colour palette is so grey. It's so grey and that orange. That I get tired thinking about Black Adam. And the dialogue is so stiff. And The Rock's constantly trying to do these jokes that aren't coming across well. But overall, Dr. Fate shines in this act. He's doing very well. The fights are great, and this is where the movie starts to bring in its hidden antagonist. They don't reveal him just yet, but they start bringing him in. And this is where the problem is. His name is Ishmael, also known as Ishmael, and he wants to get the crown. And there's a very cool chase scene where Black Adam is chasing him, and then he fails to he fails to rescue the kid, and it's kind of like, oh damn, they haven't saved the kid. Like that was pretty good. They're trying to find Ishmael, and basically they have this whole plan. They're gonna ambush this huge military compound, and you're thinking, alright, this is gonna be the end of the movie. It's an ambush to save the kid. Maybe someone's gonna die. Kid saved. They kill Ishmael. Day's over. Instead, The Rock just literally The Rock, not even Black Adam at this point. They call him Teth Adam, which I think is pretty cool. He literally rocks up and he's like, alright, I'm just gonna kill everyone. And this high-tech military base with tons of Eternium, tons of guns and tanks, which have been shown to physically damage Black Adam to the point of incapacitating him and putting him underground. He just destroys it all in literally seconds. And he instantly flies up to the bad guy and he's like, what up? I'm Black Adam. And here there's actually a very interesting scene. It's a bit of a twist where they reveal Black Adam was not the champion. Basically, the backstory involves Black Adam being the champion of Kahndaq.
Oh, I've joined back in at the perfect time. I see. It's my favourite scene.
I'm saying how an actual good scene that they revealed that Black Adam wasn't the champion and that his son died, transferring his powers to him, and then he basically destroyed Kahndaq in a fit of rage. And that was pretty cool. But I was saying how when Black Adam ambushed that military compound with all the Eternium guards and all the high-tech security, and he just literally flew through it and killed everyone with ease.
Honestly, yeah, I thought that sequence of the movie was pretty entertaining. I think that's what will give me. I think them like that 15-minute interval along with Dr. Fate is the reason why I'm going to give it the score I give it. If anything, like I feel like if the movie had kept up with that pace, it would have been a good movie. But it's just the fact, like I loved that flashback scene. I love the flashback scene where it turns out the statue isn't of Black Adam.
Yeah.
It's of his son.
That's really cool. That was very cool. And then he's like talking to his son basically. That's why like the statue means so much to him. That was cool.
And you can see Black Adam murmuring as well.
Yeah.
And you're like, what is he murmuring about? Yeah. This is before he saves the kid. This is this is at the start of Act 2. You're like, oh yeah. I wonder what you could be talking about. And it turns out he's just talking to the son. I thought that was really that was one of that's where the movie kind of like
picked up an actual emotion in the movie, actual stakes.
It's not just like he's just like a lifeless Sigma male. Like they actually they give him a bit of heart, a bit of compassion. Exactly where Thor: Love and Thunder went well as well. I thought, Gore's love for love, pretty much. I thought that was one of the nicer parts in a movie. I know people might be like, well, of course, but you know.
I wasn't mad about that.
I thought that's kind of where Love and Thunder shined.
I disagree. I think that's a brought down. Because that's not what Gore is. Gore isn't that guy. I don't like MCU Gore.
Well, a lot of people don't like MCU Gore. It's MCU Gore.
I hate MCU Gore.
I'm not defending MCU Gore.
It seems like you are.
No, I don't think I would. I don't think I'm physically capable of defending MCU Gore.
Yeah.
Deep down, I know I can't defend MCU Gore, but I can defend Black Adam to some degree.
Yeah.
I can defend Black Adam to some degree. So some of his Sigma lines are pretty cool. Like you definitely see him in like a Sigma compilation at some stage.
I liked his tell him the man in blacks. I like the whole catchphrase thing.
Oh, I hated that. That's one of the parts I hated from the movie. I hated that line.
I thought it was very funny.
No, I'm literally like I'm watching that. Oh,
So
oh,
what did you why?
oh.
So name something that you liked then from him. What did you do that was cool?
I liked Black Adam's powers. I like the way they did his powers. I like the CGI
Yeah,
behind his powers.
the CGI is great, but that's not,
Yeah, I thought that was good.
Uh-huh.
Another thing I thought was good. I liked the way the house stayed intact, even though Black Adam burst through every single wall.
Actually, no, yeah, it was cool the way Black Adam would he would refuse to use doors. That was pretty fun.
Like you're literally like, how is the house still alive? How is the house still there? Like there's literally one point where there's like no outer wall left. There's absolutely none, and you're like, this apartment's gonna cave in at any second.
Yeah,
And yet they're sitting in it casually,
it's
like
Bla-
nothing's
the
happening.
Black Adam murdered them all. How do you, like how is it stand?
You no, you folks, you just can watch through the entire movie. It's almost like it's like watching like cheese rot. It's like leaving cheese out, just watching it rot slowly until like how is this still cheese? That's exactly what it feels like. It feels like an experiment. It's like how many more times is Black Adam going to crash through this apartment before the whole building collapses?
Mm-hmm.
And yet nobody's questioned this. Nobody questions this at all. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
here's Black Adam.
Mm.
Fella doesn't use doors. He doesn't go through the same hole he made. He just makes another.
Yeah, it's.
Other things I liked about the movie.
I talked about the action. I thought about. Um, I think. Um, I liked toward the end of Act Two, when they save the kid and they kill Ishmael, and then they're like, Black Adam's like, alright, I'm gonna go to sleep. Like, you guys can put me in prison. I think.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
I thought that was
liked that
very
as well.
cool.
It's like, don't ever let me say Shazam again. If I'm gonna do this, don't ever make
Yeah.
me say Shazam again.
It's like I thought it was gonna be like, alright, the movie ends now, and maybe like if the movie doesn't end, they'll just like do something, get out Black Adam for a quick bit, and then like I thought the movie's gonna end here, and then in Shazam 2, they're gonna take out Black Adam, and like the compound is really cool, and the way they put him, like I thought that looked very cool, like the whole, like the oxygen mask, and then putting them under the water. But no, turns out Ishmael, basically through death, gave life, and the demons basically turned him into demon Black Adam, and he turned into Sabak. And this is where the movie just. You can talk about Shambak, because I'm physically getting drained from thinking about Shambak.
Shambak.
Oh.
Shambak was one of the most goofiest, goofiest villains I've ever seen. Like, he immediately comes on the screen. I'm like, this dude's a fucking joke. Like, this dude's actually a laugh. Bear in mind, folks, I wasn't gonna say it, but I fell asleep. I fell asleep from the part where Black Adam kills Ishmael to the part where when they're on the plane.
Yeah, no, like that. That's like a minute when nothing happens.
It felt like I slept for an hour. I woke up refreshed because I had Black Adam out of my mind, and I was immediately woken up to Shabak. Immediately woken up to goddamn Shabak. They find out the secret. They find out why Ishmael wanted to kill himself. And then he's revived as Shabak. Like Shabak looks like a Bollywood villain.
Yeah,
He looks like something from a Bollywood film to stop kids from taking drugs.
it's sad because like I don't know. He look like Sabak just looks like a terrible comic character. Like I don't know why they'd use Sabak as the villain. Like I don't. It shouldn't have been God of Sabak. It should have been JSA versus Black Adam. That's it.
Yeah, it should have been, but it wasn't. You know what they did instead? They did Shabak.
So, I'm looking at pictures and that just makes me so sad. So
And Shabak isn't a well-written villain. He's nothing
oh.
of the sort.
Oh.
He's just he's just boring. He's just a boring villain. And the CGI for Shabak in one of the scenes, so in the initial scene, so he's like re-risen as Shabak or whatever, so Shambad. He's back as Shambad, and he immediately grabs hold of the plane and it flies towards the window of the plane. It just looks really stupid. Oh yeah, supposedly Shambad can fly, but yet never uses this ability. Like he uses it to like attack the plane, but then after that he's like, I'm never gonna use my ability to fly again.
The plane, what plane?
They're on the plane, remember?
Oh. Oh, that reminds me of a scene that actually looks very bad. When Black Adam meets those two helicopters and he like grabs the back of one and shoves it into the other.
Oh, that looked goofy.
That
as
looked
hell.
so bad. The camera angle they used when he grabbed the thing looked so bad.
That looked goofy as hell. Actually, no, there's a scene where Black Adam and Doctor Fate, and the Doctor Fates are jumping on Black Adam,
That was fun. I think that was fun.
and it literally looked like the Rock's fighting himself. Like I could imagine
That
the
was
Rock
very
in a green room,
yeah.
throwing his arms around. Like the room is empty. It's just him and he's just.
I thought it
dear
looked
God.
funny. I thought it looked funny, but I didn't think it looked terrible. Like
I thought it looked dog. It looked like Doctor Wait. It looked like Doctor Fate was weightless. All these Doctor Fate. Yeah, probably.
okay.
It looked like there was literally no weight to him whatsoever. Which I can
Yeah.
understand if they made it so he was like clones. Instead of like clones, they hold no weight. They're just like mirages. That'd be pretty cool. And I'd be like, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
But don't make like physical clones and then they do nothing, and then the CGI looks dog. I don't know, it just annoyed me. It annoyed me. Some of the CGI looked great. Some of the CGI was just like Jesus Christ.
Apparently they're saying. Actually, wait. So let's just probably. So like they bring back Black Adam to fight some back, and then Doctor Fate. He's had like these visions throughout the movie, of how Hawkman's gonna die, and instead he lets himself die. And
Yeah, this is the way I can save you.
and it's like
kills himself.
like it was like Doctor Fate, man. You're literally the best character in this movie. Like why? Apparently, I'm reading here that he will return in the future to the franchise somehow. I don't know how. The guy's dead.
No, Doctor Fate will return.
But that what happened?
No,
Yeah,
not Doctor Fate.
yeah. But why?
Not our Doctor Fate. They're gonna do a new Doctor Fate.
But
that's
why did his helmet like disappear in the end?
disappeared. No, that's what the helmet does. It goes off to find a new host.
I thought the helmet just kind of sits there until someone puts it on. I thought it's like so you.
It goes back. It goes back to the Tower of Fate.
Oh, it's like a. It's almost like a ring, like a ring, like a Green Lantern ring.
No, not necessarily.
Oh, they just sit in the tower until someone puts it on.
Pretty much, yeah.
Ah.
It sits in the tower until like someone's deemed worthy, pretty much. And then if someone's deemed worthy, they're transported to the Tower of Fate.
They should have Hawkman put it on.
They can't like boost that guy more than they already have.
Oh.
All they do is just boost that guy. Like he literally had it for a second, he's able to use it, and then they're like, well, no, you know, bye helmet, I guess. I don't know, like just some scenes in it. And then for a while, it looked like Atom Smasher was gonna get the helmet.
What?
Do you not remember where he was like,
Oh yeah.
Can I touch it?
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, you don't touch it unless you want to like die or something.
Yeah, I was pretty funny.
And then they literally have Hawkman holding it and use it.
Yeah, that was. That's definitely not how the helmet works. Like Hawkman stops Sabak basically by like they show his death, but it turns out it's a clone. But he doesn't put the helmet on. He's just holding it in one hand, and he's creating all these clones. Like, the whole point is that Doctor Fate has to put the helmet on to
Yeah,
be
I thought that was the whole
possessed.
point, to like use the power.
Yeah,
But no, it's like, anybody can
that was
like the helmet's rated E for everybody. Like, come on.
it's so bad.
Yeah, bear in mind, there's only like 3 people. I'm looking at it here. There's only 3 people in the comics who could actually use the helmet. And yeah, Hawkman can just magically. What?
But it's like you have to put. Like, I feel like I'm pretty sure the thing is like anyone can use it if they put it on, but like the helmet will just take over you. You know what I mean? If you're not strong enough. Um, you can't just hold a fucking helmet in your hand and use it. What the hell?
You can't hold it in your hand and go Alakazam, you know, I'm using the helmet. Oh god, I don't know.
I
The more I talk about this
Yeah.
movie, the lower the rating is.
yeah, the more I think about it, the worse it gets. The worse it gets. Fuck this movie.
That's really bad for a movie. That's a really bad thing for a movie. Because usually, like, you want to like sit back after a movie and think about the good things for the movie. And you know, it's almost like a breakup.
Yeah.
You know, a breakup at the starting, it's bad. But then as you go on, like as time passes, you think about like the good things from the relationship.
Yeah.
And that's usually why people who break up with each other, like, they get back together.
Uh,
Like, statistically, that is known. Like, what was it, like 35% of couples who break up get back together or something like that?
oh wow, it's a lot.
After, I think it's a year or so. Because it's like, oh, I remember all the good things, all the good times.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like they've grown as a person, but
No, they literally just,
like nostalgia almost.
yeah. Like, I feel like you should be feeling that after, like, watching a movie.
Yeah,
Like, I felt that after watching Endgame. Like, you think about it for, like, the next week or so. You're
I
like,
felt
oh,
like
was
that
watching
after most movies. I feel like that after watching. I feel like that after watching an episode of Breaking Bad. I'm like, oh wow, hold on. Like I feel that. After,
You're sitting there, you're thinking about it, you're remembering all the good things from the episode. That's how you should feel after walking out of a movie. I walked out of Black Adam, I could just start thinking of all the bad things. I'm not a pessimistic person by nature, but like,
this
to
movie's
immediately
turned.
walk out of a movie and be like,
The movie turned me into a pessimist.
that's it, folks. Black Adam gave me depression. This is it, folks. Black Adam has given me depression. I am now clinically depressed after watching Black Adam.
Oh my god! And then the end credit scene had they brought in Superman, which is like, I mean, it's cool, but
It should be a pog moment. It should be like, oh, Superman returns, because there was controversy of
Yeah.
if Henry Cavill's going to return
yeah.
as Superman. But no, they literally bring him back in. It should be a pog moment.
But
It should be like, oh, praise be.
it doesn't
oh,
feel-
Henry Cavill, Superman has returned. You know?
doesn't feel good.
No, it didn't feel right.
You're like, oh, it's nice.
I don't know. I feel like for the final few minutes, I'd like to talk about superhero movies in general.
Yeah, do that.
I'd like to talk about superhero movies in general and just say I'm feeling heavily
I
fatigued.
I feel knackered from these superhero movies. And Black
I feel
Panther's-
tired from
yeah.
all the superhero content at the moment.
Yeah.
Like, it used to be a treat getting one Marvel movie a year.
Well, it was never one, but it would be like three. It'd be like January, May, like November. You know. what I mean?
November.
Yeah.
No, but do you not remember you had like Captain America First Avenger, you had Iron Man 1, Iron Man 2.
I don't consider those.
They felt very well spaced.
Well, I don't consider them good movies apart from Fist of Avenger.
Fine, and we'll talk about phase 2 to phase 3.
Yeah. No, it was very well spaced. It was very well spaced.
It was very well spaced, and you were left constantly wanting more.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like the same formula pumped out.
Yeah.
Black Adam just feels like... I feel like Black Adam's worst enemy, production-wise, movie-wise, everything-wise, is that it's too strict to the formula. It tries to beat itself off the bush and say
Yeah.
Black Adam kills people. He's not a hero. You know, that's the line they want you to remember. He's not a hero. He's
Yeah.
not a good guy. But yet again, he falls for the classic superhero trope. You know, you give them the classic origin story. They give them the classic, you know,
Oh my god.
female
Oh
protagonist
my god.
with child,
Shazam
you know,
2
who
is
grew
supposed to
up
come out.
in.
Shazam 2 is supposed to come out this year.
Oh my God, oh, so much
No.
fatigue.
No. Let's not take out Black Panther 2, which comes out next month.
Oh my God, folks. Like it's getting to the stage where like, how many more are they gonna do? Like every generation has like its movie fad. I feel like Zoomers is just superheroes.
Yeah. We had.
Zoomers have superheroes. Our generation had zombies.
Yeah, zombies were just. Yeah, it was all zombies in the
The
2010s.
generation before had future-based movies.
Yeah.
Had future sci-fi movies. Think about the amount of sci-fi movies which came out.
Yeah.
Was it? But I'm talking about like shit sci-fi movies. Came out in 1995 to
Yeah,
2004.
I mean, like once the Matrix came out, the amount of knockoffs, the amount of rip-offs.
Hmm. And then if you think about like 80s to 90s, you're looking at Space Team and Cowboy Team.
Yeah.
They were two prominent ones. Of course, some never died. Like the Cowboy Team never really
Yeah.
died.
Well, it has
Like there's still
died now.
cowboy movies coming out.
Not really.
There is. Like you get one every 2 years.
And that's not much. That's really not
No,
much.
no. Well, it's not much compared to the massive outlier, which is superhero films.
Oh.
Superhero
Oh.
films, it's like Halland. Superhero films are Halland. They just came onto the scene, just started banging them out.
Yeah, I'm just so many chaos this year, man. And I don't want
Yeah,
to.
I'm feeling heavily superhero fatigued. I hate the way they're like accommodating
It's
to
well,
younger
I think,
audiences.
but all the shows, I think the shows make like if there wasn't a show, it'd be fine. But with all these shows, that makes it feel so much worse.
That's why I feel superhero fatigued.
Yeah,
I feel like if they cut back on either the movies or the shows, and you just, I don't know, even, I don't even know what I'd do. I don't know what I'd do, to be honest, because superhero movies are such cash cows.
well,
They can pump them out and make a profit.
well, company
Bar
wise,
Morbius.
company
Bar
wise,
Morbius.
company wise, you wouldn't do anything. Like the company, they don't need to do nothing. They just need to
Well,
make.
company-wise, they know people, the vast majority of people who like superhero stuff. Us included, you know, we had to go watch it to go make a review on it, you know. We'll still go see the movies. We'll
Yeah.
still either enjoy them or not enjoy them. At the end of the day, they're still getting our money. But it's just the fact that I feel like the quality of superhero movies has gone down drastically.
Definitely.
The same formula tried and tried again isn't going to work. Movies which step out of like the comfort zones for superhero movies, such as the Batman,
Yeah. The Joker.
such as Deadpool. Well, I wouldn't call Joker a superhero movie, but I get what you mean. It's a comic-based movie. The likes of the Joker, you got the likes of Deadpool. Once they step out, they find like I don't know a gold mine almost.
Well,
A gold mine which
like,
hasn't been heavily
but
excavated.
even like movies like Shang-Chi, very enjoyable, very good superhero movies. Like
Shang-Chi stepped out of that because it's an Asian-based
yeah, but it was
superhero.
but it was,
It's like untapped market.
but it was just enjoyable. It was fun. It doesn't matter if he was Asian or whatever, because it was just fun action with a good story and good characters, and that was it. It didn't do anything crazy. It didn't do anything stupid. It was a very enjoyable, very good movie, man.
I feel like I saw a post there a while back, and it said, you know, Marvel movies would be doing so much better these days if I don't know, like the rating of their movie grew with their most loyal fan base.
Yeah.
Like I feel like most people watching Marvel movies, bar the younger kids, I feel like a majority of people are also people like us.
Yeah.
It'd be roughly our age watching Marvel movies because they grew up watching them.
Mm,
If they started making more movies accommodating to that older age group,
yeah.
you know, they could start making a little bit more mature jokes. Look at Deadpool, for example. Deadpool is a classic example of how a movie can thrive. You know, be a great success because accommodates the older age group.
Did you see the trailers for Ant-Man 3?
No, I haven't. But people have been comparing it to Spy Kids, and I don't like that.
What? I don't know how to compare this Spy Kids. But
They said the kids in the trailer looked very similar to the kids in Spy Kids. I'm gonna send you the picture now because it looks funny.
what kids? Oh wait,
Yeah,
oh, I see the picture now.
yeah.
Oh, that's actually kind of scary. Oh shit.
Yeah, it looks frighteningly similar,
Oh
doesn't
no.
it? Yeah, Spy Kids 3.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, I saw photos there. I was like, Spy Kids 3 walked so Ant-Man Quantumania could run.
I just don't think Kang should be the next villain, man. Like Kang
uh,
the Conqueror is the next Thanos, and no one's gonna
yeah,
give a
Kang the
rat's.
Conqueror.
No one's gonna give a fuck about Kang. Is that the only one you saw, or did you see the other ones as well?
I haven't seen the other ones, but that's it. Literally looks the exact same.
I don't. I'm just done. I'm so done with these superhero movies.
Yeah, I feel like any other movie I watch bar superhero.
Uh,
Oh my god, they actually just cut me off.
Disney
Oh
are
dear
doing.
lord, folks. Disney has cut me off. They've had enough. They've had enough of me. They cut me off.
By the way,
Dear God.
check the wait. The image is too powerful. It's too fucking Discord. I hate it. It's too big. How
Dear
can,
lord.
how can it be too big? I'll just send this one in. I think this one is funnier. Look at that one. Tell me that's not pretty freaky.
Yeah, they. Oh my god, they look the exact same.
I feel like CGI is great now, but like background CGI, as like people don't pay attention to it as much, and I think that's very glaringly obvious. Like you can tell
Yeah.
that they just stand in front of a green screen.
You know. You know what the worst thing is? I think that's just them appropriating themselves more to kids. Like they'd rather have big, flashy, hour-long fight scenes and not pay attention to how bad the green screen looks.
Mm.
Like in Black Adam, folks, they reuse a lot of frames,
Mhm.
especially for like how like characters' powers are used,
I think
such as Cyclone. Cyclone spinning around is used like the same frame. You can rewatch the movie. It's the same frames. They use the same like 5 frames over and over again to showcase
I
the
think the
powers.
most egregious is in Black Adam is when he's flying but he's standing still and he's talking to someone. It looks god awful. You can literally see like the outcrop of his chin and like the background. If you look at his chin, you can tell it looks very bad. And it's the Rock, so his whole head is his chin. Like he's just.
I hate Black Adam's suit as well. I never talked about that. I hate the suit.
I liked his suit at the start, and then he doesn't have a cape until at the end and at the start. I don't like him without the cape.
The suit never grew on me. The whole reason the suit never grew on me is because they cut it off at the collarbones.
Yeah.
So if you see, it makes the Rock look like he has a really big neck, and almost makes like his head look like a dick.
His head is humongous. His head is huge.
I'm gonna send you a photo just for reference of what he looks like with the suit, like full body,
Right.
and like Black Adam suit.
It makes his upper body look like he looks so big, and obviously that's the point. He's the Rock, but I think the lightning on his chest looks pretty whack as well. Like it doesn't look that great.
Send you this now. Have a look at that. It looks like a standard generic photo of the suit. But look at
Yeah.
the way his neck is. Why do they have the outer bit there? Why do they have to make him look as like the outer bit on the neck? Do you see how it's not like covering his neck? It's like
Yeah, it's too low. Like it should go higher.
yeah, it should go higher. It should go up
Yeah,
to
I
his
told
neck
you,
and look
it makes
completely
you,
normal.
it makes his head seem humongous.
Like in the movie, at some point, it literally makes him look like he's like a high school drawing of like a dick.
Yeah, I got chode.
Literally makes him look like a child. Makes him look. He looks stupid. He looks stupid as hell. If they change the neck, so that it covers his neck, it would look perfectly fine. But I'm looking at him like, why? Why do they have that bit of neck exposed? Because it's not like that in the comics either. It doesn't look like that in the comics.
No, God, no. In the comics, he looks
It
better.
just looks completely normal in the comics.
God.
I don't know.
I'm,
Yet again, I think they're trying to go off.
I think
The
we're
Rock
both.
being absolutely swole,
I think we're both drained from this
which I can
movie
understand. But
and superhero fatigue.
same time, you're watching, you're like, oh, dear God. Like, you know, it's bad when you even complain about the suit. Like, you're watching the suit and you're like, oh, come on.
I think it's time to call it. I don't think we could say
It's
more
like if
about.
they had him with the hood.
No, he looked cool with the hood. He looked cool. with the
Literally,
hood.
there's photos of him there with the hood, and the hood looks cool.
Yeah, for the first act he has, he looks cool.
Here, I'll send you that now. Are you still able to hear me? Are you?
Oh yeah, I can hear you. Can you not hear me?
I feel like I've been cut off.
Oh, I had myself muted. I don't know when. I don't know how long that was.
I was wondering. I was like, are you still able?
Because I was talking for a good bit, and like in the
Like, you're
podcast.
probably wondering, why is Owen still talking?
Yeah, I was like, oh, why is he not responding?
Why does he keep on talking over me? Little did you know.
Yeah, I was
I've
saying
been talking about. Oh
the
my
neck.
God, yeah.
I was just about to say, I think we should slowly start wrapping up. I think we're both wrecked from this fucking movie and from superhero fatigue. And
Yep.
Black Panther's gonna come out soon. We'll have a pod about that in a couple of weeks.
We're feeding into it though. We're feeding into it.
Yeah, well, we have to see Black Panther.
Oh yeah, look, it's true. We have to go see Black Panther.
Like it's not like it's Ant-Man 3. I don't really want to see it. I think I will see it, but I don't want to see it.
Do you want to go see Shazam: Fury of the Gods?
No, I'm not seeing Shazam. I don't. I'm straight up not going to see that shit. I saw one on the plane, and I'm not seeing two. Unless
To be honest, I didn't mind. I liked one.
it was good, but I don't want to see two. I don't want to see the Shazam.
I don't want more Shazam.
Oh, I think it's time. Thank you everyone for listening and watching this podcast. If you're on YouTube or Twitch or wherever, make sure to drop a like, a follow, a subscribe, a share, whatever you want. We greatly appreciate it. And yeah, we'll catch you next week. It'll definitely be more hype, more entertaining. Because
Yeah, definitely, folks.
Black Adam was just, it's a high note.
Actually, we didn't give our final. Before we go,
Actually,
folks,
yeah.
Before we go, let's just say final words out of 10.
A 5.5 out of 10. I've decreased.
I give it a 5.
Yeah.
At best. After all the talking,
Yeah.
folks, after all the talking, we give it a 5.25 respectively.
Yeah.
That is the talking
Yeah.
teddy. That is the basic. What would you say? The basic result.
Yeah.
Basic result 5.25 out of 10. That's the average.
Hey,
With that, we'll see you next week.
see you
Thanks
guys.
again.
Bye.